This is one place you could always count on to give you what you had before and to remind you of what your San Francisco history used to be.
We hear that all the time, you know, people bring their kids here and their grandparents brought them here, you know, on down the line.
Even though people move away, whenever they come back into the city, they always make a trip here, and they tell us that.
So you're going to get something that's made fresh, made by hand, and made with quality products, and something that's very, very good.
The legacy bars and restaurants is something that was begun by San Francisco simply to recognize and draw attention to the establishments that really provide for San Francisco's unique character. And that morphed from legacy bars and restaurants into a request that we work with the city to develop a legacy business registration.
I'm Michael Sirocco, and I'm the owner of Liguria Bakery. Yeah, the bakery started in 1911. My grandfather came over from Italy and opened it up then. This is a small operation, it's not big, so everything is kind of quality that way, so I see every piece and cut every piece that comes in and out of that oven.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sirocco Mitchell. I'm a baker here at Liguria Bakery. I'm the 4th generation baker here with my family. So we get up pretty early in the morning. I usually start baking around 5. And then you just start doing rounds of dough, loaves, several sets of pans, all the different flavors there.
Yeah, my mom and sister basically handle the front, and then I have my nephew, James helps, and then also my 2 daughters and my wife come in, and we actually do the baking. After that, my mom and my sister stay and sell the product retail. You know, I don't really think about it, but then sometimes when I go places and I look and I see places put up, oh, this is our 50th anniversary and everything, and we've been over 100. That's when it kind of hits me, you know, that, geez, we've been here a long time.
A lot of people might ask why our legacy business is important. We all have our own story to tell about our ancestry, our lineage, and all of that. But for organizations, they have a place, and they are a place of memories. And I'm going to use just one example, Tommy's Joynt. Tommy's Joynt is a place that my husband went to as a child, and he's a 4th generation San Franciscan. It's a place that we can still go to today with our children or our grandchildren and share the stories of what was San Francisco like back in the 1950s.
Hi, my name is Eddie. I am the general manager at Tommy's Joynt. People mostly recognize Tommy's Joynt for its murals on the outside of the building. Very bright blue. You drive down, you see what it is. Giant sign that says sandwiches. They know the building. Well, Tommy's is a Hofbrau. It's San Francisco style Hofbrau, which is a German style of presenting food. But what we are is 5 different carved meats. And we carve it by hand at the station to however you prefer it to be carved. Whether you like your brisket fatty or you want it lean, you want your pastrami to be very lean or thick pieces of pastrami, however you want it, you can come up to the counter and say, I want that piece of corned beef and I want it cut, you know, very thick, and I want it with some sauerkraut. However, you tell the guys how you want your food and they'll prepare it right in front of you. San Francisco is a place of changing restaurants except for Tommy's Joynt. Tommy's Joynt has been the same since it's opened, and that's important, just as San Francisco in general, that we don't lose a grip of what San Francisco came from. Tommy's is a place you'll always recognize whenever you walk in the door. You're gonna see the same staff, you're gonna see the same bartender, and you're gonna have the same meal, and that's great, it's important.
The services that San Francisco Heritage offers to the legacy businesses is to help them with that application process to make sure that they really themselves recognize what it is about them that makes them so special here in San Francisco. So we'll help them with that application process if in fact the Board of Supervisors does recognize them as a legacy business, then that does entitle them to certain financial benefits from the city of San Francisco. But I'd say really, more importantly, it really brings them public recognition that this is a business in San Francisco that has history and that is unique to San Francisco.
So Mitchell started in June 1953. And they built everything from scratch. The walk-in freezers, everything. They started off with about 12 flavors, and it was in the mid-60s that he started importing mango fruit from the Philippines. And then he started trying the macapuno, the ubi, Blanca, avocado, one by one, and he found he had a whole new clientele. The business really boomed after that.
I think that the flavors we make reflect the diversity of San Francisco and San Franciscans. We were really surprised about the Legacy project, but we were thrilled to be a part of it. Businesses come and go in the city. It's pretty tough for businesses to stay here because it is so expensive and there's so much competition. So for us to have been here all these years and still be popular and to be recognized by the city has been really a huge honor.
We recently got a phone call from a woman, she was 91, and she wanted to know if the Mitchells still owned it. And she was so happy that we were still involved, still the owners. She was our customer in 1953, and she still comes in, but she just wanted to make sure we were still around. And it just makes us feel, very proud that, we're carrying on our father's legacy, and that we mean so much to so many people. It's very heartening.
So it provides a perspective that I think if you only looked at it in the here and now, you're missing the context. For me, legacy businesses, legacy bars and restaurants are really about setting the context for how have we come to be where we are today.
I just think it's part of San Francisco. People like to see familiar stuff. At least I know I do.
In the 50s, you can see a picture of Tommy's Joint, and it looks exactly the same. We haven't changed a thing.
I remember one lady saying, I've been eating this ice cream since before I was born. And I thought, wow, we have too.